Welcome to another episode of Convincing Numbers. The Denver Broncos have swung and missed on several quarterbacks not named Peyton Manning, and it has shown in the win column. Landing a quarterback like Manning in free agency will probably never happen again. And drafting a quarterback is also a hit or miss tactic, and if they do turn out to be a franchise caliber, it takes time for development. If the Broncos want to get back to their championship ways now, there is a better solution. Here are 4 numbers that I will use to convince you why using their 2015 formula is the best path. First, the number 3. The Broncos are 3 defensive players away from rivaling the championship defense of 2015. They have Von Miller, who is the keystone, and now Bradley Chubb. Chris Harris Jr. is elite, and the safety spots look solid. Their defensive line rotation is very good at defensive end. What they are lacking is a dominant nose tackle, a rangy inside linebacker, and a true cornerback solution opposite Harris. In my 24/7 Sports article, A 6-Step Plan to Get the Broncos Back on a Winning Track in 2019, I outlined a trade for A.J. Bouye and a free agent signing of C.J. Mosley. The last step is the nose tackle. There are a few options, but one to consider is Danny Shelton. He has not lived up to his draft status, but he's a solid run stuffer with quickness and will come fairly cheap. These moves will get the defense back into elite status. Next, the number 33. When Von Miller's contract is up in 2022, he will be 33 years old. The team cannot afford to waste the last few years of his prime. If they draft a quarterback in the first round and hope he is the savior, he won't lead the team until 2020, and it will take time to get to elite status if he is destined for it. The key is to win with defense now and give him time to develop. Then when he is ready, pass the torch. Use Miller's elite ability now and get into championship form while the new quarterback is learning. Next, the number 119. This is the average rushing yards per game for the Broncos in 2018. This is significantly better than 2015 and will be a boon that team lacked. A clock-killing running game that last season averaged 5 yards per carry will grind opponents down and keep the defense fresh. It will also limit turnovers, which brings me to my next number, 32. This is Case Keenum's magic number of passing attempts per game. Any more than that, and it becomes a turnover liability. In 2018, the Broncos were a +7 in turnover margin and would have been much better if not for Keenum. He was an interception machine, but upon closer look, he was throwing too much. He had 12 games with more than 32 attempts, and he threw 14 interceptions in those games. In the 4 games he threw 32 or fewer times, 1 interception. Even in his best season with the Vikings in 2017, he had 6 games with more than 32 attempts and he threw 6 picks. In the 9 games he didn't, 3. Limiting his attempts, leaning on the running game, and an elite defense is just what the doctor ordered for Keenum's final season as a Bronco. They can get back into their championship fray with the defense, running the ball, and winning the turnover battle without praying a franchise quarterback will come along to save them. For Mile High Huddle and 24/7 Sports, I'm Thomas Hall.